Now let's go to the next topic for today, and that is the families of curves. The idea for this topic is that, yeah, an equation involving a parameter may represent a family of curves with one curve corresponding to each value of a parameter. Dito, yung mga problems naman dito is actually the same lang din doon sa elimination of arbitrary constants. You just have to sketch and present the equation. So hindi lang enough sa ganun na idea. You have to solve for the differential equation of the family of curves. That's another objective here. Okay, so let me just illustrate, give you an example of family of curves. So I think na-mention ko na rin to last time. So a family of concentric circles. Okay, in this case, pag sinabi kasing concentric circles, these are circles na merong isang center lang. So dapat kulang pa yung definition. Dapat concentric circles na yung center ay nasa origin. Okay. Now, identify mo kung ano yung parameter dito. Pag sinabing parameter na bawat value ng parameter na yan could represent, di ba, one curve. So as you can see in this equation, di ba, alalahanin mo yung equation ng circle. So x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So in this case, we utilized this symbol c for the radius. Okay, c squared. So ibig sabihin nito, yung bawat value ni c or ng radius represents one circle. Kasi nga, di ba, family of circles or lahat ng circles na yung center ay nasa origin. So ibig sabihin, yung parameter doon is the radius. Kasi magkakaiba yung mga size ng mga circle na yan. Okay, may maliit, yan, may malaki. Yan, palaki ng palaki. So you must be able to show or sketch or illustrate mo yung family of curves na yan. Kung ano man yung nabanggit doon. Para mas madali mong maintindihan or malaman kung ano yung mga parameters na involved. Tandaan niyo kung ilan yung number of parameters, yun din kung ilang beses ka mag-differentiate para mag-arrive ka doon sa kanyang differential equation. Okay, so let's solve problems involving families of curves. Now, find the DE for the given family of curves. Sketch representative family of curves. So, yung gagawin natin. You have here two examples para lang maintindihan nyo kung how to sketch or ano ba yung mga kailangan kong i-recall, okay, para magawa ko tong problem na to. So, the first example here, we will find for the DE of the family of lines that passes through the origin. The second example is all circles whose center, so ano lang yun, same lang yun na sabi, all circles or family of circles. Okay, all circles whose centers are at the x-axis. So pwedeng yung variations ko dyan, pag nag-quiz na kayo, so pwedeng ibigay ko, all circles whose centers are at the y-axis. So kailangan marunong ka or alam mo kung ano yung equation na involved dito at alam mo kung ano yung parameter natin. Okay, so you have to sketch. Let's start equation with example number 1, a family of lines that passes through the origin. So i-drawing mo muna or alalahanin mo yung equation ng lines. Ano ba yung mga equation ng lines natin prior to sketching it? So you remember yung slope-intercept form equation ng line? Alam niyo ba to? Baka bago to sa paningin niyo. So I have written here y is equal to mx plus b kung saan yung m is the slope and b is the intercept or y-intercept. Okay. So hindi pa ito yung final na equation na gagamitin ko para ma-solve ko yung DE. So I will sketch first para malaman ko kung ano ba, baka fixed na yung slope or baka fixed na yung intercept. But sabi nga, a family of lines that passes through the origin, ibig sabihin, yan, so papakita ko na yung drawing. So this is how you sketch. Lahat ng lines daw na dumaan sa origin. So ito yung sample ng graph nito. So ibig sabihin, may isa silang intercept. Okay? Isa lang yung intercept na dumaan sila sa 0. Okay? So kapag i-substitute mo yung value na 0, 0 dun sa ating equation, you will notice that the y-intercept is equal to 0. Therefore, our equation now is y equal to m times x. M is the slope. Okay? So yung parameter natin dito is m, or yung slope. Ibig sabihin, bawat value ng slope represents one line that passes through the origin. Okay, dahil sa isa lang yung parameter natin, ibig sabihin, para mag-arrive tayo sa kanyang differential equation, we must differentiate this once. Okay, the resulting DE is a first order DE. Okay, so differentiating this, we have y prime equals derivative ng m times x is, you copy the constant, yung m dito is constant, derivative ng x is 1. So, yun yung equation mo. Pero you need to eliminate, di ba, the arbitrary constants. As you notice, di ba, pwede mong gamitin yung first equation mo na y equal to mx para masolve mo yung m. M is equal to y over x. Okay, so you plug in the value of m equal to y over x dun sa ating final equation. So, y prime is equal to y over x. So, yun na yung final answer mo, or pwede mong i-arrange into a differential form. So, y prime is equal to dy over dx, the Leibniz notation, and then cross multiply mo lang, so you have x dy, okay, equal to y times dx, or you can arrange into an m dx plus n dy na format, and that is y dx minus x times dy equal to 0. So this is your final answer. Or pwede rin naman na kahit ito na yung magiging final answer mo. Pwede na yun. Acceptable na yun. Nakaganto lang na format kasi soon you will encounter differential equations in this format. But if you noticed, or if naalala niyo sa differentiation, di ba? Di ba? Tinuro naman sa inyo, di ba, yung rate of change, right? Or yung pagkuha ng slope gamit yung differentiation. Alam ba ninyo na yung slope, yung first derivative ng y with respect to x is equal to the slope? Did you know that? O dun pa lang na idea. So pwedeng dito pa lang sa umpisang equation, ipapasok mo na ngayon yung value, yung slope, di ba? Yung slope is y prime. No? So yun lang yun. Alam mo na yung first derivative ni y with respect to x is equal to the slope. Kasi yung slope, ng formula ng slope ng line, or slope of the curve, rise over run. Di ba? Change in y over change in x. So I assume na alam nyo yan, na naalala pa ninyo. But anyway, so we're done with the first example. So ito na yung ating sagot dun sa given problem na finding the DE of the family of lines that passes through the origin. So pwedeng at a specific point, so kunyari may point ako na binigay, so madali lang din naman, baka sabihin nyo, ano ba yan? So hindi mo naman, yung example napakadali, tapos pagdating sa quiz, hindi naman ganyan yan eh. Anyway, so for example, ang babaguhin ko lang dito, yung similar problem, lahat passes through a certain point. Okay? Pwede ako magbigay ng specific point like 1, 2. Ano ibig sabihin nito? So kapag ka-denowing natin yan, 1 represents, di ba, yung, itong 1, 2 is the coordinates, di ba? So 1 for x, 2 for y. So ito yung point na to na tinutukoy that passes through this point. So yan, lahat ng lines na dumaan sa point na yan. So ganun lang para mag-sketch. Ayan, tinuturo ko na sa inyo ha, yung mga possible na tanong. So paano kapag ganyan, sir? Ano bang gagamitin kong equation? Kasi madaming klase ng equation na pwedeng, depende kung ano yung appropriate, di ba? May slope-intercept.
Intercept form po.
May mga intercept form. Okay? So whichever is, di ba, more convenient to you na makita mo kaagad. So intercept form. So ganun lang. So maaaring magbago yung starting equation mo. Basta alalahanin mo lahat ng mga equations ng curves. Okay? Dun sa mga conics, pati parabola, hyperbola, ellipse, circle, and so on and so forth. And let's proceed to the next slide, solving for the DE of all circles whose centers are at the x-axis. So what I will do first is I'm going to sketch Yan, para alam ko kung ano yung, kunyari nakalimutan ko yung equation. So, what you can see here are different, di ba, circles, di ba? Pero yung kanilang, ang common sa kanila is lahat ng circles na yan, nasa x-axis yung center. Okay? So, another variation for this one is pwedeng tangent yung mga circles na yan. At another variation is, yung lahat ng circle na yan are of the same radius. So, pwede magkakapala sila ng size. Pero dito, iba-iba. So, one parameter to consider here is the radius. Okay, so first, I'm going to write the equation of a circle kung saan yung center ay hindi sa origin or nasa HK. Okay, yung center ay nasa HK. Para malaman ko kung alin dyan yung fix or alin dyan yung isa sa mga parameters na kailangan kong i-consider. So as you can see, since nasa x-axis lahat ng center ng circle na to, ano yung fix dito or constant na? Yung value ni k, di ba? Dun sa y kasi 0. Ang nagbabago lang dito yung position, di ba, ni circle sa x-axis. So, constant na yung k natin na 0 siya. Tapos yung h natin, yun yung parameter na bawat value ni h ay may isang circle ka doon sa particular na point na yun dito or particular na yan, position here. Isa sa mga parameters ko dito is yung radius. Kasi magkakaiba nga sila. May maliit, may malaki na circle. So yun yung mga possibilities for this particular problem. Okay, and then the h. One value of the h represents one circle. Okay, so ibig sabihin, dahil dalawa yung parameters ko, my equation should be, yan, x minus h plus k is 0, so maging y squared equal to r squared. So I have two parameters which are h and the radius, okay? H and r. So ano ibig sabihin nun? Mag-differentiate ako dalawang beses. Okay, para makuha ko yung differential equation nitong family of circles or all circles whose centers are at the x-axis. I have shown you here my result, the result of differentiating this equation. So ano lang yan, 2 times x minus h, derivative ni x minus h is 1, and then derivative ni y squared, which is 2y prime, derivative ni r squared is, r is, ano yung r? Arbitrary constant, di ba? So derivative ng arbitrary constant or constant is 0. That's why nawala na yung r. Baka magtaka kayo, sir, nasaan yung r squared? Kasi yung iba, lalo na yung mga di pa siya nakagets or nakalimutan lang siguro, dinidifferentiate nila. So parang yun yung mga common mistakes nila. So ginawa nilang 2r. Yun, sorry. Mali na kaagad yun. Okay, let's proceed. So as you can see, may common tayo dito sa bawat term 2. So you can actually divide both sides by 2 or cancel that. Bago ka mag-proceed sa next na differentiation. Para makita mo, pwede mong ayusin muna before you can proceed. So x minus h plus y prime equal to 0. Then you proceed to differentiating it for the second time or final differentiation. So here you have the derivative of x is 1, derivative of h na constant is 0, and here the y prime is obtain yung derivative niyan by product rule. So y double prime plus y prime squared equal to 0. Bakit y prime squared? Kasi u dv. So copy mo yung y, derivative nito is y double prime plus, copy mo yung y prime, derivative ng y is y prime. So y prime times y prime is y prime squared. Then, wala nang arbitrary constant dyan, di ba? So you need not to manipulate anymore, or you can arrange that, the final answer into this format. Y double prime plus y prime squared plus 1 equal to 0 is your differential equation for all circles whose centers are at the x-axis. Okay, that's it. Any questions? So what if naman, sir, nasa y-axis naman? So pwedeng ganun. Ayan. Okay, so can somebody give me the equation for this family of circles na yung center ay nasa y-axis? Anyone? Sige, isulat ko muna yung pinaka-equation kapag hk yung center. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So, ano yung sure na parameter na dito, guys? Yung
X
radius, di
squared.
ba? So, may radius ka na. Ano yung equation natin, kuya?
X squared plus y, quantity y minus k is equal to r squared.
Y minus k, ayan, raised to 2 equal to r squared. Okay. So, tama naman, di ba? Kasi nga, yung h mo is 0, di ba? 0 yung h mo. Tapos, nag-iba yung position niya, di ba? Doon sa y-axis mo, kaya may value yung k. So, the center for this particular condition or family of curves is 0, k. So, dalawa yung parameters mo, k and r. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang beses ka magdi-differentiate. Ito naman yung case na kapag nag-differentiate ka, okay, ang tandaan nyo ha, unknown function. Nandoon si k, so medyo challenging yung pagka-remove ni k dyan. Sige nga, gusto niyo bang gawin? Sige, gawin niyo to.